Use Autocorrect to create custom text. Autocorrect is a very useful feature you use all of the time in Word, whether you realize it or not. For example, if you accidentally type TEH, as soon as you press the space key, Word updates it to THE. And there's several built-in words that it does this for you, and you may not even notice you've been making those typos. It's a great feature. There are also some symbols that are built in to Autocorrect, which will be useful for you. For example, if you type open paren, C, close paren, it updates to the copyright symbol. Typing open paren, TM, close paren, updates to the trademark symbol. The existing Autocorrect dictionary has many corrections that you may not want corrected. For example, when I used to work in healthcare, I would frequently need to type CNA for Certified Nurse's Assistant. However, the Autocorrect would always change that to CAN, C-A-N, which is not what I wanted. If Autocorrect makes a change you don't want, you can simply click Undo. Undo does the last action, whether it was something you typed or something the system did. By clicking Undo or pressing Ctrl-Z, it returns to the original item, CNA. If you're using this a lot though, you don't want to have to do undo every time. So you can update the Autocorrect dictionary. To do that, we'll go to the File menu and choose Options. On the Proofing tab, Autocorrect options are right at the top. Click Autocorrect Options, and if we go to CNA, we can simply delete it. If you're finding things that autocorrect frequently, that makes it very easy for you to delete that. One thing you can use Autocorrect for is you can also add to the Autocorrect dictionary. For example, if there is a typo that you frequently make, you can add it so that it won't happen in the future. One typo that you frequently see in business settings is to type the word manger when you mean to type the word manager. Manger is in fact a real word, but it's not one I would ever use in a business setting. So I've added this to my Autocorrect dictionary. I simply put in the mistyped word and I say replace manger with manager. I click Add, we'll click OK, and now we'll see that anytime we type the word manger, it will update to manager. Of course, if I actually wanted to use the word manger, for example, in describing a nativity scene, I can just click Undo or press Ctrl-Z and it will revert to manger. Let's take a look at some of those other autocorrect options. And in fact, I use this so often that I like to add it to my quick reference toolbar so I can get to it easily. To do that, I'm just going to click on the drop-down arrow to customize my quick access toolbar, and I'm going to choose More Commands. After choosing All Commands, I'm going to scroll until I get to Autocorrect Options. I click Add, and that goes over to my quick reference toolbar. Let's use that now to explore a little bit more. When I click that Autocorrect Options, which is now my quick reference toolbar, you'll see that there are also some other things that happen here. For example, if there are two initial capitals, it will correct that. You can also click Exceptions if for some reason you want to make changes to that, like IDs. Capitalize the first letter of sentences, capitalize the first letter of table cells, capitalize names of days, and it will recognize if you've left your cap lock key on and fix it. You can make any of those changes. You'll also see in here some of the other built-in ones. We already talked about the copyright symbol and the trademark symbol. There's the registered symbol. What's neat about this though is you can also create canned text for phrases or words that you might use a lot. Let's say, for example, you're frequently using Portland State University. Instead of having to type this every time, it'd be nice to have an autocorrect for it. That's going to be very easy for us to do. I'm going to type the text that I'd want to have at my autocorrect, I'm going to highlight it, and I'll go to my autocorrect options. Notice that it brought it in automatically for me. Well, I could put in replace PSU with Portland State University, but the problem with that is there may be times when I actually want to type PSU. Here's a trick that is helpful in several ways. I always start my canned text with a /, and then I'll put in the initials I want. In this case, /PSU. That does a couple of things. First of all, I would seldom hit the / on accident, so it will prevent me from accidentally inserting my canned text. Secondly, in this sort window, it puts all of my custom created text together, so it's easy for me to find the text that I've created myself. I'll add it to the dictionary. I'm going to click OK, and now it updates for me. You can do this with very long sentences or phrases. Let me come over here to this other document. I'll switch between two documents and go to an existing document. Let's say that I frequently want to include my organization's information here. I'm going to highlight this entire body of text. I'll go to Autocorrect. Now, notice here I want it to be formatted text, not plain text. And I'm going to do my / and I'll type in info. It looks like nothing's there. Well, we're going to see it actually does work. I'll click Add, OK. I'll switch back over to that blank sheet of paper, /info, and it puts it right in with the formatting that was in the original. So it has the same font choices, etc. As you can imagine, this would be very handy in creating training materials. If you have a whole section of things, such as objectives, for example, I can highlight it, click on it, /, and I can put whatever I want. I just need to remember what I've used. And the next time I'm creating training materials, all I need to do is use my own shortcut code I created, and it will put that in. Finally, you can even use this for pictures and logos. So watch this. I'm going to select the picture that is previous organization's logo. With that highlighted, I'll click on Autocorrect. I'm going to put in the replace LOGO. It needs to be formatted text. Add. OK. Go to our blank sheet of paper. LOGO. And the logo comes in. As you can imagine, this is very helpful. One thing that's nice about autocorrect options, if you create them in one Microsoft product, they will work in others. With that created, I'll go into PowerPoint, and on a new blank slide, I will type my /PSU, and it puts in Portland State University for me. One thing I've found nice in the way I've used this, they're easier to create in Word, but if I create these in Word, they also work in Microsoft Outlook. This is very helpful when you've got a lot of text that you're typing on a regular basis, such as remember next week's class. I can create that as autocorrect and use it in my email as well. Finally, I'll just let you see that this can be extremely large bodies of text. And this is one that we probably would not do in real life, but I'm going to go through and take a great large amount of text. I'll go to my autocorrect, I make sure it's formatted, and I'll just give it a test, add, OK. And going back over then to our blank area, our blank sheet of paper, / test, enter, and that put in several pages worth of text. So there's not, I have not run into a limit on this. It has let me do as much text as I need to do. It's a great way to speed up your your creation of your training materials.